President Trump, if you see this, please save us.
Trump Musk is taking away people's Social Security benefits right now. These are old people who do not have money.
I literally just told my husband that if he dies before me, I'm going to join him shortly thereafter because of everything that those bastards are letting happen to this country. Right now we're okay because we're living off my husband's pension and I'm still working a little bit, but if my husband goes, the pension goes because we wanted to get the most out of the pension. So I don't get it after he goes. And there's no way I can afford to live in our house without Social Security. I'm not going to be able to afford the medical. Those bastards. This is serious shit. This is really serious shit what's going on with fucking Elon Musk and fuck you, Trump. Fuck you.
It's time to speak up. If you or someone you love depends on Social Security to survive, you really need to listen here. So I know Donald Trump said on the campaign trail that he wasn't touching Social Security, but guess what? Like everything else, he lied. Here's what's happening. The federal government is not cutting benefits directly, but they are making it so impossible for people to get their benefits that it's going to be practically the same thing. We already know that the Trump administration has announced that 50% of all Social Security employees will be fired. There are offices closing all over the country. In my own state of Texas, I have been able to confirm at least 3 field offices are being closed. And some of those service rural areas where people drive for many, many miles to get to that office. And now that those offices are going to be closed, older people or people with disability are going to have to travel much further to get to an office to take care of their business. And then today we learned that Musk is pressuring the officials at the Social Security Administration to cut off a phone program that over 73 million users use every year to be able to apply for their Social Security benefits or to, if there's a problem or glitch, to call and work out. They are cutting the phone program because it's waste. So we're closing field offices and we're cutting phone programs. So what does that mean? That means our elderly population and our people with disabilities who rely on Social Security will have to find an office and show up in person, or Musk's answer is use the internet. We are talking about mentally disabled and elderly people who are the primary people who use this. He is making it as difficult as possible for these people to receive their benefits. So it really is going to not matter if that pot of money to write their checks in is still sitting there if they can't get the...
Lately, social media has been flooded with heartbreaking videos of elderly white Americans crying about how difficult life has become in the US. One video that has really caught my attention is of that elderly woman saying that if her husband dies, she will follow him immediately because she won't be able to afford life without his pension. She explained that they rely entirely on his pension, and once he passes, that money stops coming in. This isn't just one person's story, it's a growing crisis. More and more seniors are coming forward to share their struggles.
The Social Security Administration is quietly trying to make it way harder for people to get access to their benefits. Elon Musk went on Fox Business claiming that Social Security fraud is 10% of federal spending. That's not even close. The real number is less than 1% of Social Security benefits paid, and 0.1% of the federal budget. But according to a memo authored by Acting Deputy SSA Commissioner Doris Diaz sent on March 13th, the SSA wants to require internet identity proofing for claims made over the phone. If you can't verify online, you have to go to an office. That is an estimated 85,000 more people per week needing in-person appointments, when the SSA is already cutting 7,000 staff and shutting down offices. They know this will cause chaos. Their own memo says it will create service disruptions and legal challenges. So why do it? An SSA source told Popular Information that this is all about overwhelming the system. Fewer workers, more hurdles, and a giant backlog, making it impossible for Americans to actually get their benefits. And all of this comes right after the SSA tried to deny reports that it was ending phone-based claims processing. missing. But the March 13th memo suggests otherwise. While people can still apply by phone, their claims won't be verified unless they can verify online or in person, effectively shutting out many elderly and disabled applicants. Let us know what you think in the comments. This is popular information. Read the full report on popular.info and follow along here for more accountability journalism.
The fear among seniors comes from discussions about social security cuts. Donald Trump has openly talked about making changes to entitlement programs, including Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. While some claim he's just trying to cut wasteful spending, the reality is that many elderly Americans rely on these programs for survival. Social Security was created to provide a financial safety net for retirees. It is something that working Americans have paid into for decades through their payroll taxes. Yet now, with a rising cost of living, many seniors are realizing that their Social Security checks are not enough to keep up with the basic expenses like rent, groceries, and medical bills. And here's the worst part. When one spouse dies, the other loses a significant portion of the household income. If they were both relying on one pension or Social Security check, the survivor is left struggling to afford even the most basic necessities. This is why so many elderly couples are terrified about the future.
This is a message for my white lady friends. Everybody else can keep going. Ladies, now is not the time to crash out on this app, okay? I've seen 4 videos this morning of white ladies crying on this app and saying it's too much and they can't handle it. I know, okay? I know, I feel you. This is really hard. Communities of color have been warning us about exactly what is happening. Okay, you might not have processed that this was going to happen, but they have. They've been processing it, they've been seeing it, and they've been trying to get our attention. We have not really been listening. If you're feeling like you're crashing out right now, you need to focus on yourself a little bit, because you can't help if you're not focused on taking care of your own mental and physical wellness, okay? So you need to, if you're freaking out and you're like, I'm so overwhelmed, I don't even know what to do right now, you need to hydrate, okay? You need to eat healthy food. You need to take a walk. You need to develop a meditation or prayer practice that helps provide you some calm and some grounding. You are not going to be any help if you are just spinning out. If you have ever posted a black square, okay, or if you have been talking about how you want to wear a blue bracelet to show you're one of the good ones, the first thing you need to do is get your own house in order.
Trump's policies have played a huge role in making life harder for working and middle-class Americans, including retirees. While he claims to have strengthened the economy, his decisions have largely benefited the wealthy and corporations at the expenses of ordinary people. One of Trump's major economic policies was the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which slashed corporate taxes and gave the biggest benefits to the wealthiest Americans. While he claimed that this would help everyone, the reality is that most of the benefits went to the rich, while the national debt skyrocketed. And now the government is looking for ways to reduce spending, and Social Security is one of the biggest targets. Instead of taxing billionaires and large corporations fairly, Trump's policies have led to discussions about cutting social programs that benefit seniors and low-income Americans. Under Trump's administration, policies like trade wars and tariffs on imported goods caused prices to rise. Many of those tariffs are still in place today, and Americans are paying more for everything: food, gas, and healthcare. Seniors on fixed income are feeling this the most. Their Social Security checks are not increasing fast enough to keep up with inflation. When prices go up but their incomes stay the same, it makes them to make impossible choices: pay rent or buy medication, eat or keep the lights on. Trump has repeatedly pushed for changes to Social Security and Medicare that would reduce benefits for future retirees. While he hasn't officially eliminated Social Security, he has suggested raising the retirement age and making it harder for some people to qualify for benefits. The problem is that many seniors cannot work longer. Their bodies won't allow it. So raising the retirement age only makes life harder for them. A lot of people now crying on social media are the same ones who supported Trump. Many of them voted for him because they believed he would fix the economy and improve their lives. But now they're realizing that his policies are making things worse for them. Some of these seniors are openly admitting they were misled. They believed Trump was a leader who cared about the working class, but now they are seeing that his economic policies have left them struggling. Many of them feel betrayed because they didn't expect that their Social Security or pension would be at risk. But here's the thing: Trump's actions were never about helping everyday Americans. His focus has always been on cutting taxes for the rich, reducing regulations for big corporations, and making it harder for struggling people to get assistance. The US government always seems to have unlimited money when it comes to bailing out corporations, funding wars, or giving tax breaks to billionaires. But when it comes to Social Security, the money that people worked for their whole lives, suddenly there is a budget crisis. It's clear that the system is not broken, it's just prioritizing the wrong people. So what can elderly Americans do now? Many of them are realizing that they need to speak out. Social media has become a powerful tool. The more people share their stories, the harder it is for politicians to ignore them. They need to push for policy changes. Instead of just accepting cuts, seniors need to demand better policies that protect their benefits. Something else is vote differently. Many seniors who once supported Trump are now rethinking their choices. If they want change, they need to vote for leaders who actually prioritize Social Security and the working class. These elderly people crying on social media are not exaggerating. They are genuinely scared because they see what's coming. They know they might not be able to afford food, housing, or healthcare if Social Security is cut or if inflation keeps rising. And let's be real, this isn't just a senior issue. If Social Security is under attack now, what do you think will happen to younger generation in future? People need to wake up and realize that if the government can take away benefits from today's retirees, they can do the same to future generations. The struggle of these seniors is a warning sign for everyone. So the real question is, what is America going to do about it? At the end of the day, this isn't just about one elderly woman crying on social media. It's about an entire system that is failing the very people who built America. Seniors should not have to live in fear of losing everything after working their whole lives. Trump's policies, from tax cuts for the rich to discussions about Social Security cuts, have made life even harder for the working class and retirees. Now many of his own supporters are realizing the very truth. They were never the priority. But this isn't just about Trump. This is about a government that has always seemed to have money for billionaires and corporations, but suddenly can't afford to take care of its elderly citizens. If this doesn't change, the problem will only get worse. So to anyone watching, whether you are retired, working, or still young, pay attention. Because if they can take benefits away from today's seniors, they will have no problem doing the same to you in future. Well, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think Social Security is at risk? Are these seniors justified in their fears, or is this an overreaction? Let me know in the comments, and also remember to subscribe, like, and share as well. And until next time, bye-bye.